Put your red shirt on and a brown coat too. Everybody's joining the crew. We got just one ring, let we rule them all. Puppy fruit, remember your towel. Get your Ulu feathers and your middle guns. A sonic screwdriver or a sword +1. Use Valerian steel if it will get you to count. To the pit, tank. To the pit, tank. The Rocky Mountain pit tank.
Hi, I'm Guy.
Hi, I'm Troy.
Hi, I'm Alex.
And this is Geek Tank.
Your cyclobenzaprine-sized podcast. It's a muscle relaxant. I'm not saying we're going to put everybody to sleep, but we'll chill everyone out.
No, but when you said that, I was like, hey, I actually was on that once.
I'm on it right now.
I'm doing it right now.
I'm doing it right now.
When you said it, I was like, wait a minute, I know that drug.
I know that drug.
Like, I don't have a lot of drugs in my life. How is it I know the one that you happen to bring up?
Hey,
Bob.
I don't know what I did, but a couple days ago pulled something in my lower right shoulder blade, and it's one of those pains that runs from the back of the shoulder blade all the way up through the back of the arm up to almost the elbow.
You probably just, got out of bed.
Yeah.
At our age, that's pretty much what happens.
So
I pulled something. What happened? I got out of bed.
It's that acrobatical sex.
Yeah.
Hot.
Getting out of bed.
Yeah, I don't have the dexterity for that. Boy, can I play Crocono.
Right?
Well, hey, our buddy Dan recommended a TV series called Letterkenny that's, I guess, like several years, I don't know, about 8 or 10 years old. I've been watching it. It's kind of interesting. It's sort of fun, but it's the only show I've seen so far that has actually referenced Crocono like twice now. And the last reference was a girl trying to flirt with someone. It's like, I'm gonna flick my bean like I'm playing a rousing game of Crocono with sexy results. And I'm like, how many people are you going to even know what she's talking about?
Well, all of us now.
Yeah.
But actually, that's the second time. People keep telling me that I remind them of one of the characters in Letterkenny. So, I don't remember which one though. So they keep telling me I need to watch Letterkenny because
I wonder who it could be because I'm not thinking of anyone off the top of my head.
I'm not either. Well, but also these are all my drawing club people.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think my drawing club people know me as well as you know me. And therefore you have extra layers of, but wait a minute, this part's not like this character and this part's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're probably just taking surface stuff.
I'm
only needing to watch it for the thing and then try to now it's been enough years that I'm going to have to figure out which character they were talking about because they told me, of course, but I can't remember my own name for very long, much less some character from some TV show that I've never seen. So
I am only in the 3rd season and there's like 8 seasons, so it might be a later character too.
Plausibly.
I finished the animated superhero show Invincible. Is fun.
Yeah, we started watching that. That was interesting. Kind of looked to see that. I've seen that we've got 2nd season of Andor rolling up, which is good.
Oh.
Although it's funny, I enjoyed Andor 1st season. And really loved the intrigue and everything like that. But it's kind of interesting. I'm not feeling in sync with everybody else on Andor. As in, I'm excited to see the 2nd season. It was very interesting, and there's nothing wrong with the 1st season, but it's not like, oh wow, this is the best start. In fact, I think I really like the Acolyte better, oddly. So I like kind of wished gotten a 2nd season of the Acolyte because I enjoyed that one a little bit more. Not a whole lot more, but a little bit more, certainly. I do enjoy Andor. I just not not as much as I enjoyed The Acolyte. They're both the letter A, so I'm amazed that I have managed to say both of them in the correct spot. Bob says he watched all of Macross Plus today.
Yeah, we did the Macross Plus movie a few months ago.
We did.
Oh, I've never seen the movie version. Honestly, I like the OAVs better.
Yeah, I think I like the long form story too.
Yeah.
But we get more Yoko Kanno music too.
True.
With the OAVs, you know what I mean? Like we get more time with Yoko Kanno.
And I'm about halfway through season 2 of Happy. I am probably not going to finish it out before it goes away because I have other things I want to do besides just watch like another 4 hours of Happy.
Understandable.
But enjoyable. I did. I could have done with some more Nazi killing.
Oh man, they do a couple of episodes on that. Have been fine by me.
Yeah. But it was fine. Yeah. And then Kiddo and I finished watching the Ranma 1/2 remake season 1 in English this time, and still enjoyed it.
Shampoo's voice actress in English is pretty cool.
Yeah,
she's actually Chinese.
Yeah.
So when she speaks Chinese, it's actually like real, which is cool.
Yeah. We were Nova and I were both lamenting that there were 2.5 episodes of the golden pair of figure skating, but and only like 1.5, maybe 2 episodes of Kodachi.
Yeah, or 2 episodes or 2.5 episodes of Shampoo.
Yeah,
and we still had to suffer through Azusa and Zanzanin.
Yeah.
Which I don't know anybody who feels that Azusa and Zanzanin are the most awesome characters in Ranma.
Yeah, and I was consoling Nova with, if they stay true to the manga, there will be more Kodachi in the long run than there will be the golden pair.
Oh yeah.
So the pedo Santa. Yeah, he's very I was getting Killer Bob vibes from Twin Peaks off of the Santa. So, but yeah.
Yeah, if you didn't make it past the first episode, his thing's more not so much serial killer, but I don't think it was as sexually driven as it seemed like from the first part, because it was more about trying to, in a sick and twisted way, keep kids as kids so they don't grow older.
Yeah, I will. Yep. And then let's see.
Last Friday, Anna and I started watching the very beginning of the Dominion War arc in DS9. She was like, "How does the Dominion War start?" And I'm like, "Well, we got to go all the way back to season 3."
Someone called someone else a wimp.
Yeah.
Someone used the salad fork for the capanes.
Yeah.
Or canapes.
But it is kind of cool because I'm going to be skipping a lot of episodes to watch just the arc. So I'm curious because, of course, every time I usually watch that part of Deep Space Nine, I just watch it straight through with all of the other random episodes like, House of Quark and stuff like that is thrown in there in the middle. So, I mean, I'm curious whether I'm going to get a different vibe out of it. So that's my new.
Speaking of evening plans and friends and stuff, you ready to play some Borderlands this Thursday?
Not yet, but I will right now start downloading Borderlands. Because, of course, I was nowhere near my PC when we talked about it last. So opening it up now, downloading. Borderlands 2?
Borderlands 2.
Okay.
Yeah, we should be jumping into the
pre-sequel?
No, Borderlands 2.
You got it. And
we should be jumping into the Mr. Torg's Badass Creator of Badassitude DLC, which has one of the best introductions ever.
You've played for 100 hours. Would you recommend this game to other players? Sure.
That sentence had too many syllables. Apologize.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't generally do very many first-person shooters anymore, but I do enjoy this one. I think I enjoy it more because I'm with you guys, though.
It is more fun with friends.
It is,
as almost everything is.
as it almost always is.
I was planning to go to the golf club on Saturday, anyway, to meet up with a couple friends, and of course, I met up with even more friends when I got there, which was cool. But I was like already getting spruced up, and one of my other friends was like, "Hey, I'm at this other bar. Do you want to hang out?" And it turned kind of a let's meet some friends at the club to a little adventure. It was nice. Yeah.
Nice.
So that was cool. Yeah. Mr. Torg's creator of Badassitude. And yes, his name is Mr. Torg. So, but yeah, it's good stuff.
I have chosen poorly, though, I'm noticing.
Uh-oh.
By downloading, I am now.
Oh.
I didn't think about this before I started this process.
Oh, no.
Press pause.
Yeah, we're going to be, I think we're all doing a character switch too. I mean, like, we're doing stuff. I think we already switched characters. Like I switched from Soldier to Siren, and our friend who were kind of doing this whole playthrough for switched from Assassin to Soldier. And then yeah. I kind of remember. I don't know though.
Does that mean I have to change too?
No. I don't remember what you were playing. I just knew that I wanted to switch, and since I was in charge of the save game, like I played the entire game through again with the Siren, because I do love Borderlands 2. It is one of my favorite games.
I heard that fans of the game really did not like the movie. I haven't seen the movie.
The movie, like, it's not just fans.
Okay.
No one likes the movie. The movie is
a bad movie.
Awful.
Okay.
I have not seen it. I've only seen like clips and bits and pieces and the trailer and like the honest trailer. And I was just aghast. I'm like, oh my God. This looks so bad. It's not good. Yeah, that like what I saw of the action was like really lackluster. The dialogue was stilted. The comedic timing was off. It was just seemed so bad.
Brent's like, the movie was trash and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Bob was like,
which means it's better than trash.
Even a good action flick.
More trash is better than less trash, right?
Right? Yeah, of course.
Right.
More terminal disease is better than less.
Like I said, like I as a rule don't watch trailers, but I was hearing so many bad things. I'm like, how bad can this be? And it's so bad the trailer doesn't even make it look good.
Yeah, actually, I remember watching the trailer. I do not remember what happened in the trailer. I've played the game. In fact, we now have to say that Borderlands 2 is literally one of like 4 games in my entire life that I've beaten. Because I usually don't ever play to the end of the games. Either I lose focus and attention and drop out, or I just get all caught up in making the city over and over and over again, like I have with City Skylines.
I'm kind of embarrassed as to say how much time I've spent in Borderlands 2.
Well, I have played 101 hours of Borderlands 2, which is
I'm sure it's still not even close to my TF2 time, though. My Team Fortress 2.
No, and it's nowhere near my No Man's Sky at 414 hours.
So let's see, Team Fortress.
City Skylines, though, is 101 hours. So apparently, I put in as many hours in City Skylines as I have in Borderlands.
I don't think that this Team Fortress 2 timer is accurate. Because I already know it's not going to have my PS3 orange box TF2 playtime on it. But that's about 600, 700 hours on PS3.
Brent's
and
like,
then
the movie was so bad that he wouldn't buy a ticket for his ex-wife to see it, as it would be against the Geneva Convention.
I think it's much more likely she'll take you to court again.
Yeah, as I say, that's cruel and unusual punishment.
So, and I'm pretty sure that this is low because I'm pretty sure I threw in another 1,500 hours on TF2. It's only showing 873. But my Borderlands 2 clicker says, drum roll, please, 993 hours.
Wow.
Which,
yeah, I was actually looking. Even I don't know. I feel like something, either Steam hasn't counted at all, because it says Star Trek Online. I've only played 73 hours of Star Trek Online. There's no way.
There's no effing way.
No, I've been playing this since it came out in 2011. There is no way I've only played 73 hours.
There is no effing way.
There's no way.
72 hours in
something's
like
wrong with the counter. Yeah, I was gonna say, I probably logged that over a weekend. You're right.
Yeah, you probably like started playing like Friday afternoon and stopped Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's not 72 hours, but still, there's no effing way.
There's no way.
So apparently,
Star Trek Online.
If you leave a game on just the load screen, it counts as playing it.
Because it just counts as time in game.
In game, because I have not played I've not played 2,051 hours of Project Zomboid.
What? You haven't?
I have not. I don't have that much time. But I do leave it like on the screen on my computer at times, just in the load screen, like where you select which mission you want to do and stuff.
Oh, okay.
But
I find this very entertaining. Those of us like.
There is a thing where, and I've seen some people do it, and we have not prepared. So I'm not saying we do this right now. Just we can wing it. Of people like looking through their Steam stuff and going, my top 5 games I spent time on and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Content.
But you can't sort your library by time, can you? That'd make this much easier if we could.
I don't know. Heck, should I know?
I don't know.
Advanced filtering options. Doesn't seem to say.
There's definitely something. I don't know what the story is, but it says that I've spent 33 hours on KSP2 and only 3 hours on KSP1.
What?
So there's definitely something. There's something missing here. I know I have spent hundreds of hours in Kerbal.
Yeah.
Kerbal's another one of those. I can't not play that.
And like it's saying,
game.
I only spent 36.5 hours on Assassin's Creed 2. That ain't right.
Right.
Because
that's wrong.
The thing, the reason why I'm saying that is because like the Borderlands 2, that seems kind of accurate to me. The Assassin's Creed 2 doesn't, because those are both games I like to take my time on. I don't rush through them. Well, I rushed through this playthrough with trying to get the save game back to where we were, because I didn't know when we were going to play next. I'm like, oh yeah, let's just jam through this and get it done. And since I know what the fuck I'm doing on the game, obviously, I was able to just do that. But it like Assassin's Creed 2, I like take my time on that game, and I played it like 2 or 3 times on Steam. Like I take my time so much, like in the introduction, when you're just playing as Ezio Auditore, nobleman's son. I spend a good couple hours. Like you can easily do it in probably like 30 minutes. I'm like, no. I'm enjoying this shit.
Yeah.
I'm getting into fights with other noblemen's sons. I'm like, ah! It's like just hilarity.
Hilarity has ensued.
I get that in Grand Theft Auto 5, you play 3 different characters that each have their own personality, and I really like playing the character as their personality.
Yeah.
Even though there's nothing you have to do that with. So there's like the mafia guy who's retired and wants to be out of the business. So I actually drive the speed limit with him and stop at red lights, which you don't get tickets for running red lights in GTA. Mm-hmm. But it's just part of the role play fun of it.
Yeah.
And then you have the psycho who is like, what? Roads are for losers. I'm driving on the sidewalks.
Nice.
So that is an interesting, because we used to play games sometimes and we just play them for the role-playing aspect. And I remember talking about this at one point in time, and I can't think of any off the top of my head, but that is an interesting,
we did that with
there's a
Champions.
subgenre to that.
Champions Online. We did that with Champions Online, the gang.
Champions. Yeah, we did Champions in the role-playing sort of thing. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That was what it was. And actually, whenever I do Star Trek Online, I often like to do the role-playing aspect of, like I've got so many hours in Star Trek Online that I've got all the uniform options and stuff like that. So I try to be, every time in a specific era of the game, I try to make sure that my character is in the correct uniform. And I mean, like there's which is not required. It's not a required aspect of the game, but it is interesting because that's not the, Brent's talking about playing World of Warcraft that way. And it's interesting because I know that there is an entire subgenre of this. City Skylines has a mod which allows you to occupy a car or a person in the game. So you can like click on a car or a person and the camera zips down into the city to be in the car. So you can follow the car around all over the place, or you can follow some person and watch them go to work and then watch them go home. Because of course the City Skylines simulation actually runs the people to work and runs them home and stuff like that. There's nothing inside the houses, but when the people are outside, so it's kind of fascinating that there's a certain amount of that aspect to all of these things. That's not what you're supposed to do with City Skylines, but people do it,
Yeah. On a somewhat related note, I've played through the first Assassin's Creed game a few times. And I remember like the first time I'm playing, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna kill dudes and da-da-da. And then like I did a totally just like a Terminator run. Like I'm just killing everyone I can. And I did another run on the game where I did I was like an assassin, killing only the people that it absolutely had me have to kill. Other than that, I was like, you have to do investigations to then unlock the finalist, the stage assassination and all that. And like, yeah, I was absolutely just being like eavesdropping, pickpocketing, stealing maps, information, and putting the case together that way. It was actually really funny once, like in that game, they have it like you start off as the jerk ass kung fu guy, and you fail in your mission because you think you're hot shit on a silver platter. You fail your mission, and they totally use video game. It's the apple of Eden mumbo jumbo to like depower you and to like earn all that stuff back. But it was a lot of fun, and in fact, like I think probably the best way to play is to just do the just do the handful of missions you need to in order to unlock the assassination and then keep on going, because that game gets really repetitive really fast. Yeah, I never full completed Assassin's Creed 2. I love the game. I love playing as Ezio. I love inhabiting that character in that world. I say like I usually don't go out of my way to plat things. I platted God of War 2018 and Ragnarok. Those games are top shelf and really, really good. I've been playing God of War 3, and I actually stopped because even though I didn't do the I got farther than when the first time I tried to play it. I killed Poseidon. I'm like, I'm done. I've been playing a lot more, but it's still kind of like I'm still like, oh man, playing this guy, it's so wearying. So weary, just full of hate and externalizing his own self-loathing. Like, I've lived that life. I don't need to play a game about it so much. And I did go into and then I did go into I actually did one more thing in Ragnarok that I had missed. That even though I platted it's not a thing that's an achievement. It's in like the bestiary log, whatever that you have to do, or you can do. And I went and killed the last dragon. That thing, kill 3 dragons. So I went to the 3rd dragon and killed it. And I thought I was gonna have some trouble killing this dragon, and it's like, oh nope, I'm still good at this game. Different combat system, still good.
If we get enough people that get into Baldur's Gate 3, that'd be fun to play as a role-playing game.
Okay. Yeah, I actually have been meaning to do that.
All right, let me go look at
played that.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, just put it on the wish list so when it goes on sale, then it might be worth it.
Is it on Good Old Games or is it only on Steam?
Steam. I don't know if it's on Good Old Games.
It's probably just on Steam.
I got it as a gift, so that's how I know it's from Steam.
And then if it is on Good Old Games, does that support crossplay?
I don't know.
Actually, let me look at the specs. My computer's getting long in the tooth. I might need to. Actually, I need to redo a rebuild. I need to overbuild another computer again.
Yeah, it looks like it is on Good Old Games. I'm not sure about how the crossplay works with that.
Okay. Yeah, Tales of Iron 2 and 1 and 2. That's cool. Okay. Cool. No, I was playing Unicorn Overlord, and I got to the point where I'm like, I need to reconfigure all my squads, because it's like individual characters. You make squads with them, and then you deploy them, and then of course you have to equip the characters in your squad. And I got to the point where I'm like, I need to completely reconfigure my squads and who I'm using, because there's more characters than you have spaces in your squads. And I'm like, this is going to take a good 3 to 5 hours of this. I'm not here for this. I guess I'm done playing. It's like I had a good time. Got about 2/3 of the way through the game.
What game was that? I missed that.
Unicorn Overlord.
Okay.
It's a tactical. It's a tactics game that is real time with some MOBA elements, and it's by the same company that did Odin Sphere, which is a game I love. I've platted that game, and the art style is very similar to Odin Sphere and such. Definitely recognizable. But yeah. And it's like, I think we're done.
Speaking of top shelf.
Oh.
We need to mention that Geek Tank is sponsored by Kieran Games, Geekway Homes, The Massage Wizard, and your
Dynamuta.
Oh yeah, it looks like I'm looking at the specs for Baldur's Gate, and I don't
have it.
I don't have it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, like my computer's really old. I overbuilt it, and it's starting to have.
You're behind the curve now.
But I have so many games in my backlog, I haven't really noticed. It's like my reg still runs Borderlands. I mean, I need to play. It still plays Borderlands 3 just fine. I played it a little bit. I need to get into it and do all that and stuff. So it's like, meh. But yeah, it's like, oh yes, solid state hard drive required. I do not have one of those.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Huh. Well, no, really, on the solid state hardware required.
It's probably not actually required, but
well, I mean, I have an SSD. That's, I mean, it's so I don't notice it. That's a weird. I haven't seen that yet, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I haven't seen anybody require that yet.
A lot of people in the VGR are playing Monster Hunter Wilds, and it says solid disk required. But a lot of my crew are like, nah, it's not. I'm not running a solid state hard drive, and it's working just fine. The real problem is like the enormous what is it called? I forget. Anyway, the enormous enhanced textures pack apparently is dozens of gigs and tends to, bring the game to a screeching halt.
Is that on PlayStation or is that just PC? The Monster
Hunter Wilds?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because a friend of mine was talking about playing Monster Hunter, but I'm not sure which one she was talking about.
The new one is Wilds. It just came out. I personally don't like Monster Hunter. I played it on I don't know. I played it a few iterations ago, and I was kind of like, don't really like. I think the big part of it is that I don't like the art style that much. So when it's like fight the gameplay loop is fight monster, craft gear from monster, fight tougher monster, repeat. That's really what it's about. And it's like, okay, well, I'm fighting to get all this, to make this gear that's better. So I can find more monsters, but so far I haven't found any gear that I actually like how it looks. So.
And that is definitely real.
Yeah, I remember finding that problem with Skyrim of like, oh, this has better stats than the armor I'm wearing, but the armor I'm wearing is way more fashionable.
Right. One thing they did in God of War Ragnarok is that an update several months ago, they did a thing where, and this was already built into the game, like after you'd maxed out a suit of armor with upgrades, you could then like put its appearance on, overlay its appearance on any other armor. So you could have armor with better stats for your play style, but it would still look like the armor you like best.
Yeah.
And they actually changed that to like any armor, whenever, just your hand wave. There you go.
I feel like they did something on a smaller scale for Diablo 3, was it? Where you could like set stuff to be either look like what you have or look like your non-armor clothing or something like that.
We as a family just played through Diablo 3, I don't know, about a year ago, and it was very much I platted that too. And that was you could anything that you had gotten in the game, you could then change the look of whatever you're wearing to anything else you've ever gotten.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't play around with it much, but I did see that it had that feature.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, and you could change the color, you can change like the shape to whatever other sprites they had, or models, I guess. It's all 3D now. Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah. And then let's see. Yeah. He was saying I need to rebuild my computer, but also like, I want to do things like go to the Arcane Vampire Ball in a little over a month. So I bought tickets to that instead of saving money for this other thing. Sorry. So
yeah, I'm not updating my machine at all because I'm not sure.
You're moving.
Yeah,
I'm moving. I'm not taking it with me.
D4. I haven't played any D4.
Did you say you're not taking it with you?
Nope, not taking it with me. I'm gonna probably swap it out for a laptop before we go.
Oh.
Yep.
That way it's smaller and easier to carry. The only thing I intend to take with me is my drawing tablet. The rest of it I'm going to part out. And
as I say, is your kid going to get an awesome computer now, or?
Yeah, although I mean my computer is not that awesome anymore. Kind of suffering sort of similar problems that Alex's is just getting longer in the tooth. Although I think it is much newer than Alex's, so because I think the last time I updated it was 2022, but it's still 3 years old, and I'm already noticing that the video card is starting to be on the slow end now. Whereas it was on the top end before, and
like I said, I overbuilt mine back way back. Like honestly, it was like I think we built mine when I think maybe the i7 has just been out for like a year.
Yeah,
so that's my processor, and 12 gigs of RAM, terabyte on C, 2 terabytes of storage. I've upgraded things since then, so I think my video card right now is, like I said, it's still old. It's like what the fuck is my video card? Honestly, I don't remember. Settings. It's pretty funny. Like back before I upgraded the video card, the most recent time, and I actually upgraded my video card, I think when I first started working this job. So 2 years
It's
ago.
relatively new.
Yeah, but I bought it used. I wasn't terribly interested in having anything too new. System. What?
We're waiting for.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
just talk about things.
Just like, that's silly. Why are we waiting? We don't.
I don't know. You guys are weird.
I don't know. I didn't want to interrupt, but
fine.
Well, no, I mean, like I said, I'm still running a 1660 Ti, GTX Ti, NVIDIA.
Oh, see, that's my. I'm running the GTX 1660 Super.
Right. So we're running similar video cards.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which is, that's a thing. That's a thing. So that's kind of cool. It is weird, though, to think about some of the things. Like, I'm running a 3.7 gigahertz CPU, but it's a 6-core machine. And it's like, it's just weird to think about that, because there was a time quite a long time ago where I hit the 1 gigahertz machine. And I remember that being like quite a long time ago. And this one's only 3 times as fast. And I'm like, in like 10 years later. And I'm like, but technically it's more than that, because it's got 6 cores.
Right.
So like,
yeah.
Kind of cool.
Yeah. I'm still running the first processor I threw into it, which is that actually, and let's give credit credit's due. Mike Milan built my computer for me. I gave him like $2,000. I'm like, I said, go nuts. And he's like, this is too much. And I'm like, just do it.
Do it and you're cool. Do it and you're cool.
Yeah, so I'm running i7 920 at 2.67 gigahertz. So.
And Brent's like, it's 3 per core. Yeah,
3 per core.
I know. Yeah. But I'm just like, every time it says you're running at 3 gigahertz, I'm like, that's only 3 times faster than the one that I had in like 2012. Yeah. Just hard to get my brain to wrap around it.
Yeah.
That's why I don't even bother.
Well, this was our group in the 90s. Our group was, working, scrapping machines and putting new machines together and
do it, Bob.
tried, right, 12 core.
Yeah, it's like the guy who ridiculously overbuilt PCs. The guy who does the Action Button.net. He has a YouTube channel. He hasn't actually published anything on his YouTube channel for like 2 years. Like, come on, man! But it's like him talking about building his rig to play Cyberpunk when it came out. It was like, I was like, dear Lord.
Yeah.
You had to take out a fucking loan to put that computer together. It's like,
the first,
you might have spent more on your computer than I did on my car.
Yeah.
And I was buying a 2015 Leaf in 2017. It's like, Jesus.
Yeah, actually, there was a 96 core. There's right down the street from James's apartment is a really big computer shop, and I was just like, I could just wait till I get there.
Yeah, honestly,
and it's a gaming computer shop, so all of the computers are high speed.
Oh yeah,
high power. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I mean it's sort of like don't bother taking your toothbrush; they'll have toothbrushes there.
Yeah, sort of thing. So I'm just like, I don't know if I don't need to upgrade this machine. And
they use different voltage stuff too, right? So it makes more sense to buy something there. Are they like Europe?
Yes and no. I mean, they use 110, but it's 110 not grounded. So that's the real. It's got the 2 prongs, but it doesn't have the 3rd prong.
That's because it didn't get in trouble, so it's not grounded.
Right, exactly. Well, Japan's pretty well behaved in general.
Yeah,
so.
That's good for them.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, I didn't have a problem. When I was there the last time, I thought I was going to have a problem, so I brought all these adapters with me and then just found out you could pretty much just plug stuff straight into the wall and it was okay as long as, you didn't get a power surge or something dumb, I guess. I don't know. But
well, they have power surges, right? That you can plug in.
Yeah, okay. That's what I did was I just got a UPS and plugged it in.
Now here's the question.
Everything into the UPS.
Are they like Europe where the like 80-90% of the places don't have air conditioning?
No, I'm everywhere I went had an air conditioning, but it was a mini split.
Okay.
Which is the weirdest thing. For those of you who are not familiar, mini splits are where you have a thing inside on the wall, and then it has a pipe that goes outside to the little outside unit, and you just have one in each room. So that way you can control, if you're not in other rooms of the house during the summer, you turn off all the ACs except for the one that's in the room with you. So these little mini splits will do that. And I actually kind of prefer that. Why air condition my basement? I'm not in there, so I kind of get it to some degree. And during the summer, usually I'm just in this room anyway. So I was like, it wouldn't be,
Cool. Yeah. For some reason, you talking about Japan reminded me of, I did start playing The World Ends With You, Neo. Or is it Neo, The World Ends With You? Because like the first game came out on the DS, and full completed that game, and the sequel came out a few years ago, and I was wondering how they were going to translate the control scheme, because in The World Ends With You, it's the touch screen, so you've got different powers that you activate by like tapping somewhere or tapping the enemy or tapping you or slashing across the enemy or making noise or spirals or whatever. And it's definitely not that in depth, but it still does a decent job of kind of translating it. And I was kind of thinking, it's like, man, I'm not sure if I'm really digging this game. I mean, I know I'm still in the early stages of it because like it's following very much the same kind of progression of very slow introducing new concepts. But then I'm like, oh, I've been playing this game for 3 hours. All right, guess I'm enjoying it. See where it goes. So, and it's a very cel-shaded art style, voice acted well. We'll see how it goes with the story. Like, I really, really, really enjoyed the characters in the story for the original game. So,
for some reason, that reminded me of Scribblenauts.
Oh yeah,
which amazed me the amount of stuff they had in there, because you could type in like Cthulhu and actually create a Cthulhu in that. So, the stuff that was wild. You do.
I wonder if I could find a copy of Scribblenauts or get a ROM for it or something for Nova to play. I think she'd dig that.
I don't know what my kids did with our copy.
Yeah.
I'm actually, since we were doing this, I've been clicking on these, and of course, No Man's Sky has an update prepped. The Sims has an update prepped, but it's sad to notice that neither Kerbal game has any updates and hasn't updated since June.
Oh wow, Kerbal 2 too.
Yeah, but it's because Colossal Order has gone under.
Oh.
And so there won't be any more updates. Yeah, Kerbal Space Program 2 killed it.
Only fan stuff then.
Yeah, so
that's too bad.
But it is sad because Kerbal is most certainly one of my favorite programs ever. And actually, KSP2 had some problems, but they were going somewhere, and I'm kind of bummed because all of the negative chatter killed the game. So many people were, it wasn't perfect right off the bat, and so everybody demanded a refund, and that killed the company. So because they had to refund all the money, and I didn't. I'm like, no, working on it.
As much as I hate day one patches, or it's sort of like it's still kind of sad to hear when a project like that goes under,
especially when,
because there are so many games like almost all AAA games, if they're on PC released, they are fucking busted as shit.
Right.
And like a AAA studio has no fucking excuse
No.
Except for being cheap asses and making you pay for the privilege of beta testing their fucking software. But like Kerbal, I wouldn't consider that. To me, that's an indie game.
Yeah,
and
it was pretty much an indie game.
There's a bit of grace there, I would think.
Well, and it was. I mean, yeah, KSP2 started out pretty much with all the same things as KSP, but they were getting better they were going further with it.
Mm-hmm.
But they spent a lot of time kind of going back and fixing stuff. Donald's asking if we learned anything about the two astronauts that were the Boeing Starliner astronauts. At this point in time, they're still recovering. So that's one of those things. But you want to talk about projects going under? Guess who just canceled Starliner? Boeing. Because like they've got a problem. They've got a lot of problems, not the least of which is, what are they going to do with the Starliners that are already under construction? But yeah, having to have them rescued by a dragon was kind of that was corporate defeat.
Turn them into themed restaurants.
So
brothels.
Speaking of unrealistic computer specs, publisher sale, Crytek 25th anniversary. I'm sorry. Am I the only one who remembers? Will it run Crysis?
Right.
I never played that.
No one did.
Oh, I guess
no one could.
No one
came out. That's the joke.
Okay.
I built this new. Yeah, but will it run Crysis?
Yeah, that was. Yeah, Boeing's having a lot of problems these days. They changed internal culture, and to be a lot more money oriented, which everybody always thinks works well, but in the end, really just doesn't. So, if you could sacrifice, it's the same thing with just about any system. You can sacrifice your culture for the economy. You can sacrifice your economy for the culture, and that's the way it goes. But if you sacrifice your culture for the economy, you get a boost out of the economy, but only for short runs. And then at some point in time, you lose your culture, and then ultimately destroy your economy.
Yeah, but for the billionaires, the economy is their culture,
right? This is
what?
What?
Short-term quarterly thinking is bad. What?
Yeah, I'm not actually, Brent. I am not going to disagree with you. As much as I really do love McDonnell Douglas and have loved what McDonnell Douglas has done, that merger did not do them good. I mean, that all it did was pit them against Lockheed Martin, and things just didn't go well. And they shouldn't have done that. And then we lost the MD-80. I'm just saying that was a good plane. Mm-hmm. Bitter, still bitter.
That guy.
So I played in September 28th, 2019, 6.5 hours of Black Desert Online with Kevin and Guy.
You played more than I ever did.
Yep, that's as much as I played.
I downloaded it. I played it for. Let me see how long I played it for. I want to say it's like 15 minutes.
I played 313.2 hours of BDO.
Oh, I'm sorry. 8 minutes. And I'm going to say this right now, accurate.
I'm not sure this is accurate. It might be load time because we played for an episode, I think, of Geek Tank. So I'm surprised that it's more. I'm surprised that it's more than like an hour and a half.
Right.
The Batman.
Arkham the MD-520. That's a good chopper. I'm not going to disagree with you, Brent.
No, what was that about Batman?
And Donald's talking about Skunk Works. Skunk Works does all kinds of stuff that you have no idea what they're doing. And if you do know, you don't know.
Arkham Asylum, 18 hours.
Arkham Asylum?
Yeah, I only played it once on Steam. I had it on PS3 for a while. I played it a couple times there. Audio Surf 2. that was only Audio Surfer and Audio Surfer 2 I played for about 20 hours. Those were fun when they worked. I don't think they still work on my system anymore. I think they just sort of stopped updating. But yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. So, Brent, I don't know. You can't see Donald's comments. That's part of the problem.
Yeah, they don't cross.
Donald's the one that's talking about Lockheed Martin, but he's over on Facebook. That's why it seems like I'm talking weirdly. I'm used to my broadcast, which repeats the comments up on my screen, so everybody can read all the comments. But here on Geek Tank, you can't read them.
I haven't found that option on StreamYard.
I don't think StreamYard has it. I think it's a restream only. Although
Witcher Enhanced Edition 75 hours
to it at some point. That's a very useful thing. So it's all I'm saying is that Donald's over on Facebook talking about Lockheed Martin. That's not telling you should be over there. I'm just saying that's why you're missing it.
There's another game I kind of want to play. It's older, but it's I think it's multiplayer as well. It's a Titanfall 2. I've heard good things.
Mm-hmm. There's Titanfall something games. I heard 2 is way better on my feeds there that seems like I'd be interested. Yeah, Stars Reach. Stars Reach is coming up as well, which is an MMO. And it's a sandbox MMO, so kind of has the same things going on as it's like No Man's Sky mixed with Star Trek Online / World of Warcraft / all of those, BDO, that kind of stuff. So I actually, they're running a Kickstarter right now. And they have actually an operable game. So that's actually pretty good. So I'm looking forward to that one. I haven't backed it, but that's only because I'm poor. So I'm not backing anything. Mm-hmm. But, I'm only playing the things that I've got that I've already purchased, and I'm not backing anything new right now. Right. I don't want to back anything anyway if it's, So,
yeah. Oh, this was a cool. I'm just like digging through my Steam library and like games I haven't played in forever. Like Mark of the Ninja Remastered. That game is sweet as. It's a it's a 2D side-scrolling stealth game, and it encourages you to not save scum by basically, in broad strokes what your actions will do. So you're never like, okay, if I knock that thing of flaming oil on that guard, how much noise is it going to make? How much, how like exactly like or do I like can I knock it over here and he'll still, and like if I make a noise here, will he still hear it or will he not hear it? Like you can actually like tell. So you can set up, you can like observe for a while and go, okay, and then do your Rube Goldberg-esque stealth through or assassinate through or whatever, or combination. And it's actually really well done. And I really liked it. It's a very simple story. It took me about 17 hours to beat, but it was cool.
I'm only laughing because in Baldur's Gate 3, the first time Tara and I were playing it, we snuck up on these guys having this conversation that were clearly bad guys. And so I got in position to attack, and there's like an NPC in our group. So we're the melees. So we run up and we start fighting, and we have them flanked. So they're back to back, and I'm on one side and the NPCs on the other side. And above us is this like giant log suspended on some rope. And Tara's like, I can target that. I wonder what happens if I shoot it. I'm like, oh God, don't know. Go for it. She shoots it. And it drops, and when it hits the ground, underneath of us is a tomb, so it destroys the ground, and all of us fall in and like die. And Tara's just standing there with her bow. And that's like she's the sole survivor out of the fight.
Reload.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Mark of the Ninja was really good. And it was, I forget the name of the studio that did it, but it's the same studio that did like Shank and Shank 2, which I thought were like well animated and cool brawlers, but they definitely did the kind of generic, you killed my girlfriend, now I kill all of you. Ah! And it's like, Like I said, Mark of the Ninja, it's like, you're a ninja. And you get woken up by another ninja saying, oh shit, we just got fucking invaded by another ninja clan. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Dojo storming.
So you're totally escaping, and then you're like, exact your revenge. Sweet as.
Nice.
So I said simple story, but a lot of fun. Cool art style. Well animated.
We apparently ended up having an evening discussion about games.
Yeah.
Is somebody asking?
Oh,
which
no,
was kind of cool.
Coming up. And I got Tales from the Borderlands.
Yeah, I'm still downloading Borderlands, so
yeah. Well, I mean, did you have to pause it?
No, I just let it go. I figured you guys were mostly talking for the most part, so I mean, not because when we get into games, it's not really my high area of expertise. So figured it probably wasn't worth it to pause. So
yeah, OG Tenchu, yeah. Vampire Survivors, 175 hours. Last time I played it was on Valentine's Day. Valiant Hearts: The Great War. That was a cool game too. That took me like 8 hours to beat. But that's like, you're in World War I, playing these different characters in different perspectives, and it is shitty for everyone. It's like,
what's the DLC that I need?
Mr. Torg's Badass Creator of Badassitude.
Let me see where that is.
And then, of course, any other character packs and shit you need to put in for your stuff, your characters. Because I don't remember who you were playing. You're playing Necromancer?
I was playing a Necromancer.
Okay.
The game may not be appropriate for all people.
Oh my god, there's a sequel to Valiant Hearts named Coming Home? I'm sure it's super fucking depressing. I need to get it. Because the original game is super fucking depressing.
Saw the DLC on this. How would I find the DLC?
Oh, look at you. Look at you. Yes.
Check out the entire franchise. Apparently that's what I gotta do. Borderlands 3, Borderlands 2.
Borderlands Electric Boogaloo.
Wow. Released on September 17th, 2012.
Oh, yeah, it's old. And it's great.
Yep. Good night, Bob. See you later.
Bob.
Thanks for joining us.
Rolling up on our end here.
Yeah, we are at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to make sure I have what we're supposed to have. There.
I don't know. What are we supposed to have?
Oh, I've got it. Oh, Campaign of Carnage? No.
Is that it? Sure. Yeah, it's probably it. Their description.
So,
is there only one Mr. Torgs, or is there like multiple Mr. Torgs?
There's only one Mr. Torgs, and then there's also like we're probably going to also do the holiday DLC packs. We did some of them, but not all of them.
Yeah. Oh, it says play now, so it must be installed. So since I've got the play button on it, that must mean that we're doing fine.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So. I was about to say, is this something the audience should know, or can I hit the button?
Hit the button.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could hit the button. Hey, you know what that means, though? It means that that's all the time that we have for tonight. Thanks for joining us, Bob. Thanks for joining us, Donald and Brent. And did we have anybody else? I can't see them on the screen.
Well, anyone else who showed up and didn't say anything.
And anybody else who was watching, that's all the time that we have for today. I've been Guy.
I've been Troy.
And I've been Alex.
And this is Geek Tank.